Welcome to the show, Angel Cash Ocasio Jr., native of Nashville, Georgia. You're a singer-songwriter, producer, and multi-instrumentalist who plays electric and acoustic guitars, steel guitar, bass guitar, piano, and organ. Your musical upbringing began in church when, at the tender age of 7, you were taught keyboard by your uncle. This led to, within a matter of months, you becoming the keyboardist within their gospel band, together with your uncle, and called the New Gospel Travelers. You played with them until the age of 10, and then at 13, you found a new passion for the steel guitar, having witnessed the legendary Derek Campbell in a church event. By 14, you were already a notable steel guitarist, and you continued to play until 17 when you relocated to Macon, Georgia, where you took up electric guitar. You made your debut in 2015 as the house guitarist at the Resus Bar and Lounge for Soulful Sundays. And if you fast forward to today, you're now heading up the band Cash's Juke joint with regular performances at festivals and concerts throughout the city. There is a ton of stuff to talk about with you, Angel. Thank you so much for joining us. And please do tell us more.
Oh man, wow. Yeah, man, I'm so glad to be here with you guys talking with Music for Global Change, man. I'm so glad. It's an honor to be here, to be with you, Tom, and Skyler. Nice to see you guys. But hey, man, I mean, you definitely you read a list, man. And yeah, I've been doing it since 7 years old.
Yeah, right.
Uncle Big, more specifically, Uncle Big, man, is the one that they called me over to church and has been working with me ever since. He's with me now. We're out here rolling around. So,
Yeah.
but yes, like I said, fast forward to today, I do have the band Cash's Juke Joint. We started Cash's Juke Joint back in 2020, in the middle of COVID, man. Actually, July 3rd was our first show, and we had to work around things, but we've been rolling ever since 2020, man. As far as Cash's Juke Joint,
Yeah.
and so that's where the nickname Cash and all this stuff that comes from. But I also have music out. My name, Angel Ocasio Jr. That's where you can find my music. I just released the debut album September 1st, The Road Home. And so we've been enjoying a great month of, that, man, the release, touring and all that such. And so, just kind of rolling around, man. I'm catching my breath this week a little bit before we go out and head out to a couple more things. But man, I don't know, man. Just making music, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make a little joyful noise.
Absolutely. Good stuff.
How much do you love music?
Ooh, come on, man. Music is my life, man. I love it. I love it a lot. I can't get away from it, man. I've had my joys and my pains with it. Like I said, I've lived a life with music, and it's not just my companion. It's just me, it's what I live and breathe. I don't know, I wake up and think about it. I go to sleep thinking about it. It's just always on my mind. It's always something to do with it. Like I said, I love it, man. I love it a lot. I'm in love with it.
Yeah, man. Music is emotion, It's emotion, and it's how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about different songs and the tones from the instruments around complementing your vocal and your lyrical content. You know what I mean? When you put it all together, it takes you away for at least 5 minutes. Every song is, 5 minutes or under and it's supposed to take you on an experience, right? And then you drop that voice right on top of it with a brilliant message, and you're off and running, right? That's one of them kind of questions that, it's way down in there. Like, man, I
Yeah,
remember when I fell in love with music in the first place, all of that kind of stuff, right?
right.
Yeah.
When did you fall in love with it? When did you say to yourself, you know what? Forget working a regular job. You
Right.
know, I want to do what I love and learn how to make a living at it. You know what I mean? That's all you want in the first place, right?
That's right. Yeah, most definitely, man. And I like my man's Tom read in from my bio. For music started for me at 7 years old when my uncle called me over to the keyboard. But of course I was just called to it. He showed me how to do it. It was something that I learned. He told me to practice and all this stuff. So I did it for a few years. He put me in the band. He put me to work. So I was getting into it, but it didn't really hit me, man. You know what I'm saying? I became a musician before I actually fell in love with music, to be honest, man. And so, but
Right.
like the bio says, when I heard Derek Campbell one time in I want to say Townsend, Georgia, when I was about 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. He was playing the steel guitar at the church assembly, man, and it just struck me. Like, I was sitting in the back of the church that day, and I just remember he was doing Derek Campbell, man, and it just hit me, man. I'm like, wow, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. I want to play that instrument.
Mm.
And I want to make it sound like that. You know what I'm saying? So it really started, like I said, about 11, 12 years old. And
Yeah.
the steel guitar, the sacred steel, playing sacred steel music from my church, the House of God Church, is the reason for that, man. That's where my passion just really grew, man. And I knew, and I could start seeing, seeing myself playing, not just playing the instrument, but traveling and playing music and playing in front of people, and going here and doing that, and again, so that's where it happened, man. It was definitely about 11, 12 years old, and then I picked up the steel guitar, and I'm saying, and I was able to, in that time, I was able to be taught, get mentored by Derek Campbell himself. I grew up around the Campbell brothers, Chuck Campbell and Derek and Phil, and
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Just to have somebody
yeah,
so well known. Just
yeah, man. I mean, the
something.
House of God organization. We're talking about not just the Campbell brothers, Calvin Cook, Aubrey Gent, AJ Gent, Roosevelt Collier, the Lee Boys. Of course, Robert Randolph. And you have different ones, man. So many different ones. Dante Harmon.
Yeah.
I mean, I could. There's an endless list of people, man. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but that's where I came up from, and so I was able to, like I said, a lot of those names I just read off, man. Those people that mentored me.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't just Uncle Big, man, but it was a lot of heavy hitters and some, legendary people that, again,
Definitely.
like that are forefathers and torchbearers of Sacred Steel.
Yeah.
And so that's where a lot of well, Uncle Big, from gospel and quartet, the new Gospel Travelers was a gospel quartet group. So, that's all, gospel blues anyway, you know what I'm saying, in the sense
Mm.
of what that Southern Soul, in a lot of ways, Southern Soul and quartet, gospel quartet are the same to me, but I grew up playing all this music. And so, like I said, just playing around roots music. And so that's where, I came, I tell people all the time, I'm not really doing anything different from what I grew up doing,
Yeah.
from what I grew up, what I'm saying? So, yeah,
Amazing.
So now you're doing you, right?
I'm doing me, man. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely,
You,
man.
you know, you reeled off a bunch of names and mentors and all kind of
Mm.
people, but it's when you get down to finally, promoting what you feel
Yeah, man.
and
Yeah.
in the
Mm.
sound of it, right?
Mhm.
When you get down, that that separates the stars from the superstars.
Oh man, come on, man. Wait, yeah. Hey, a superstar can say that. You know what I'm saying?
You you know what I mean? And so now it's about you, man. That spotlight, like playing with people is wonderful, and I did that for many, 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 many years, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
when you start performing your own feelings,
Mhm.
that's a whole nother thing. It's like
Yeah.
that's a whole nother feeling. And like when you get over to Amsterdam and these other places,
Mhm.
they've never seen you before.
Right.
And they see you for the first time, man, and
Mhm.
you light up their hearts a little bit, and they go, "Who was that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Who was that masked man that came through here?" That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you got to leave them, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember my buddy going, "Hey man, Skyler, so we opening?" I said,
Mhm.
"No, they just closing for us."
That's a good one, man. I like that. Yeah. That's real right there now. Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
It is a great feeling to be able to just to show up places and be myself, what I'm saying, and just
Mm.
show up by myself, if I have to or whatever, and just be able to still do me, man, what I'm saying, and like you said, to be able to get that reaction, and like you said, leave, just walk away, just go, what I'm saying, on to the next.
Remember now when you was playing behind somebody else, or you was getting mentored by the greats, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And you get the chance to make your own sound.
Right.
And you have to choose that time when you're going to do that. Because
Mhm.
the other thing becomes security for you, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm playing with this guy this week and I'm playing with that guy this week. Like, when does it become about you? Who's
Right.
playing with you now?
That's very true.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and they learn your sound, you know.
And that's what I learned coming from being a musician to becoming an artist.
Mm.
You know, being the
Yes.
artist is the newest venture of my musical career because, like you said, I've been the musician. You know, all these years, I've done a lot of things. I've worked with a lot of people, not just in the gospel sector, but also in other sectors, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've done it for years. You know, like I said, I'm not, you know, we're looking at almost 30 years now playing music. And so, but now, like I said, the becoming the artist part is teaching and showing me a lot of the things that you're saying now is like, yeah, that's a realization that I've had or having or will have, you know what I'm saying? Because again, you know, it's definitely a difference from being the musician and then stepping out and being the artist. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
You only stepping 20 feet in front of them.
That's,
You know what I mean? If you
yeah. It's
that,
it's that
that person 20 feet,
20 feet. That's real, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a difference, man. You know,
you
a
know,
difference.
20 and they, you know, it's like a trip. It's like what they get paid and what you get paid, and you doing the same thing.
Uh-huh.
You both sing it.
Yeah, man. Hey, the way of the
You know,
world.
no, man, I'm learning because it's like all these years. I've been on over 2,500 records, right? That doesn't include gigs and stuff like that neither, right?
Right. That's the
But
records. The records. Yeah.
but only thing is, man, I'm so liberated now because I'm doing my own lyrics,
Hmm.
and they're not love songs and nothing like that. They're about healing and education and solving problems.
Right.
I go and find instruments from all over the world because
Hmm.
I want the young people to be able to experience human beings playing music. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like he was saying yesterday that inspired you. You saw somebody else and you go, man, I want to do that, right?
Yeah. Right.
We need to teach all the kids, but you can't if you don't have any human beings in front of them. If they don't
That's right.
see, you know, so you got that's what I'm gigging for. I want young people to come to my festivals because
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want you to see some incredible human beings that's
Hmm.
been practicing all day and finally get to shine. I want you
Hmm.
to see what that look like instead of going to see some guy with some headphones on and a bunch of
Right.
lights.
Yes, yeah. It's real, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to ask you one more question, actually, because it's something spiked my interest slightly. For those, and I count myself among them, that don't know what the steel guitar really is, I saw a photo of you playing it effectively on your lap. So it's
Mhm.
something that you can be played kind of at lap level. How does the steel guitar really work? What makes the steel guitar different from a regular guitar?
So you have like your upright guitar, and then you but you have slide that way. So the difference between slide guitar and lap, you can lay it on your lap. That's the traditional way where you see what they call it the dobro or the resonator.
Yeah,
That style of guitar. You play
gotcha.
with a bar. You play with
And you slide
some
it up
type
and
of
down.
bar.
Gotcha.
Yeah, slide, and so that's the main difference or whatnot. And so that's where you get the lap steel guitar, like I said, again, pedal steel guitar that you see in country music. You
Yeah,
hear slide guitar and Hawaiian music, different styles and such.
yeah,
But so that's the difference. That's the main difference. The steel guitar lays down, whether it be pedal steel style or lap steel style,
yeah.
and you play with the slide guitar, slide. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Listen, brother, I want to thank you for the privilege of your time to come on the show, man. And
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm excited about meeting you in person here in London on the
Oh yeah.
20th.
Hey, I'm excited to meet you as well, man, for sure. We're looking forward to it. It'll be my first time over there, man. So I feel like I'm coming over there on a great scale. I mean, just
Yeah,
coming over to see you, man. So hey, looking forward to it. Yeah.
that's cool.
Right on, brother. Listen, Tom, go get all your socials and stuff so we can spread the love. All right.
All right.
Mm. Yeah.
All right.
What actually what I want Yeah, just need to get your social media info from you. What we'll do is we'll put the links to those in the description of the video for you, and people can go off and check out what you do. So if you've got any kind of websites or any kind of social media handles from we can take from you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Do you want me to send that to you? You want me to say it
I'll
out?
just call them out now, and then what we'll do, we'll put the links in the video for you.
Okay, so yeah, so you can find my websites are angelocasiomusic.com. That's OCASIO. Angelocasiomusic.com. You also have Cash is jukejoint.com, and also our label wildivoryrecords.com. And that's where you can find my information, my music, our tour dates, all that information that we have going on and such. But I just want to say, hey, thank you to Music for Global Change. Thank you to Mr. Skyler. Thank you to Mr. Tom for having me here. It's such an honor, and we'll see you guys. All right.
Thanks.
Man, bless all the way up and beyond.
Yes, sir. Bless up.
Bless up and beyond. Okay.
And beyond.
Hey, man,
yes,
thanks.
sir.
Take care. Oh, thanks so much for joining us.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.